Implementation of SpaceX's recovery protocols in 2024, a comprehensive report. Introduction. In 2024, SpaceX is set to enhance astronaut safety through the implementation of a structured recovery protocol. This initiative is part of a broader strategy to ensure that commercial space travel is not only innovative but also safe. The plan is organized into 4 phases with a budget allocation of $3 million dedicated to advancing recovery operations and astronaut safety. Overview of the 4-phase plan. The implementation of the recovery protocols is categorized into 4 distinct phases. Each phase is designed to target specific elements of astronaut recovery, building on existing safety measures and integrating insights gained from previous missions. Although detailed disclosures on each phase were limited. The following outlines the general objectives and focus areas. 1. Phase 1, Training and Simulations. Objective: to enhance the preparedness of recovery teams and astronauts through rigorous training programs and realistic simulation exercises. Focus areas: development of training modules that address emergency scenarios, medical response protocols, and equipment handling. 2. Phase 2, Equipment Development. Objective: to design and procure advanced equipment that aids in the recovery of astronauts post-mission. Focus areas: introduction of new medical support systems, transportation devices, and communication tools that ensure rapid response capabilities. 3. Phase 3, Field Testing and Evaluation. Objective: to conduct field tests of newly developed protocols and equipment in controlled environments. Focus areas: assessment of recovery techniques, collection of performance data, and identification of potential areas for improvement. 4. Phase 4, Implementation and Feedback Integration. Objective: to roll out the finalized recovery protocols based on feedback from previous phases. Focus areas: continuous monitoring of the effectiveness of the protocols and making real-time adjustments as required. Budget allocation. The $3 million budget allocated for this initiative will support various facets of the recovery protocols, including research and development of new technologies, training programs for recovery personnel and astronauts, purchase and maintenance of safety equipment, evaluation and refinement of protocols based on mission feedback. Significance of enhanced recovery protocols. With the increasing prevalence of commercial space travel, the importance of standardized recovery protocols cannot be overstated. As more private companies participate in space endeavors, ensuring astronaut safety during recovery operations becomes critical. This initiative by SpaceX reinforces the commitment to safety in the commercial space sector. 1. Learning from past missions. Historical missions have provided valuable insights that inform the development of these recovery protocols. For instance, past incidents have underscored the necessity for robust medical support and efficient recovery techniques. 2. Integration of technology and human factors. While technological advancements are crucial, the human element, training and preparedness of recovery teams, remains just as vital. This multifaceted approach ensures that both equipment and personnel are equipped to handle emergencies effectively. Timeline of events. 2023, SpaceX initiates discussions regarding enhanced recovery protocols and begins planning the 4-phase implementation strategy. Early 2024, the 4-phase recovery plan is finalized and the budget allocation of $3 million is confirmed. Mid-2024, the rollout of Phase 1 commences, focusing on extensive training and simulation exercises for recovery teams and astronauts. Late 2024, an evaluation of Phase 1 is conducted, leading to adjustments based on feedback. Subsequent phases begin progressively integrating lessons learned. Conclusion. The implementation of SpaceX's recovery protocols in 2024 marks a pivotal advancement in astronaut safety within the commercial spaceflight industry. The structured four-phase approach, bolstered by a dedicated budget and informed by past experiences, emphasizes the growing commitment to safety in space travel. As the program unfolds, ongoing evaluations and adaptations will continue to shape the effectiveness of these new measures, paving the way for safer and more reliable commercial space exploration. References. While specific references to detailed reports and studies were restricted, the overarching themes of safety training and technological advancement are consistently highlighted in the discourse surrounding commercial space travel and astronaut recovery protocols. This report encapsulates the key elements of SpaceX's recovery protocol implementation, reflecting the company's proactive stance towards enhancing safety in the evolving landscape of commercial spaceflight. 1. Four-phase plan. The organization of SpaceX's recovery protocols into four distinct phases may seem conventional, but the counterintuitive aspect lies in the fact that these phases will not only focus on technological advancements but also heavily emphasize human factors such as the psychological readiness of astronauts and recovery teams. This dual emphasis challenges the typical notion that safety in space primarily hinges on technology alone. 2. Budget allocation. Allocating $3 million for astronaut safety might appear modest in the context of space missions where budgets often reach billions. However, this decision underscores a counterintuitive reality. Effective improvements in safety do not always require massive funding. Rather, focused investments in specific areas like training and procedural development can yield significant enhancements in safety outcomes. 3. Insights from past missions. The reliance on lessons learned from previous missions might seem straightforward, but the counterintuitive insight here is that failures or near misses often provide more valuable information than successful missions. This approach highlights a shift in mindset within the industry, where acknowledging and analyzing failures is becoming a critical component of safety protocols. For standardized protocols for commercial space travel. While it is widely accepted that standardization is crucial for safety, the counterintuitive element is that this standardization must be flexible enough to adapt to the unique challenges presented by each mission. This means that what works for one company or mission may not be directly applicable to another, challenging the idea of one-size-fits-all protocols. 5. Human factors versus technology. The differentiation in perspectives regarding the importance of technology versus human training is revealing. Some may assume that advancements in technology will automatically improve safety. However, the counterintuitive takeaway is that the human element, how astronauts and recovery teams are trained and prepared, can be equally or more critical to the success of recovery operations. 6. Timing of implementation. The timeline indicates that the first phase will focus on training and simulations before any technological rollouts. This may seem backward to some who might expect technology to lead the way. Yet this approach highlights a counterintuitive truth that human readiness and preparedness can significantly enhance the effectiveness of new technologies when they are eventually introduced. 7. Feedback loops. The iterative nature of the plan, with evaluations and adjustments based on feedback, contrasts with traditional project management paradigms that often prioritize sticking to initial plans. This counterintuitive strategy suggests that adaptability and responsiveness to real-world challenges are more effective than rigid adherence to a predetermined course of action. 8. Growing commercial space sector. The emphasis on safety protocols in an increasingly commercial environment may seem excessive, but the counterintuitive reality is that as competition grows, companies may prioritize safety not just for regulatory compliance but as a market differentiator to gain consumer trust and ensure long-term viability in the space tourism industry. 9. Mental health considerations. While physical safety is often the primary focus, the plan's potential inclusion of mental health support for astronauts during recovery operations reveals a counterintuitive understanding of astronaut safety that encompasses psychological well-being as a crucial component of overall health and operational effectiveness. 10. Emerging technologies. The expectation that new technologies will solve all safety issues is commonplace. However, the counterintuitive perspective here is that many improvements may come from refining existing technologies and procedures rather than introducing entirely new systems, emphasizing the importance of continuous improvement over radical innovation. In summary, the implementation of SpaceX's recovery protocols reveals several counterintuitive insights regarding astronaut safety and the complexities of human and technological interactions in the context of commercial spaceflight. The implementation of SpaceX's recovery protocols in 2024 is a pivotal development in the realm of astronaut safety as commercial spaceflight continues to expand. While the report outlines the four-phase plan and the $3 million budget allocated for this initiative, several significant aspects may be overlooked by the general audience. Below are critical elements that deserve closer attention along with explanations of their importance. 1. Phased approach details and overlooked flexibility. The report mentions a structured four-phase plan but lacks specific details about what each phase entails. However, the significance lies in the inherent flexibility of such a phased implementation. Each phase allows for iterative learning and adaptation based on real-time feedback, which is paramount in high-risk environments like space travel. Significance: this flexibility is crucial because it enables SpaceX to respond to unforeseen challenges or failures that may arise during initial phases. Past space missions have shown that rigid plans can fail in unpredictable environments. By allowing adjustments, SpaceX is not only enhancing safety but also fostering a culture of continuous improvement, which is essential for long-term success in the aerospace industry. 2. Budget allocation insights. While the $3 million budget is mentioned, the allocation of these funds is not elaborated upon. What is notable is how this budget reflects an industry shift towards prioritizing safety over cost-cutting measures, which has historically plagued space missions. Significance: the decision to allocate a specific budget towards astronaut safety can be seen as a commitment to prioritizing human life in commercial space travel. This could influence other companies in the industry to adopt similar practices, potentially raising the overall safety standards across the sector. Furthermore, it emphasizes the understanding that investment in safety is not merely an expense but a necessary investment in the future of commercial space exploration. 3. Use cases and data utilization. The report briefly touches on the importance of learning from past missions, yet it does not detail how specific incidents will inform the new protocols. The significance of this learning process cannot be overstated. Significance: historical data from previous missions, especially incidents that posed risks to crew safety, provide invaluable insights that can guide the development of new protocols. By systematically analyzing past failures and successes, SpaceX can implement evidence-based improvements. This data-driven approach is imperative for creating robust recovery protocols and ensuring that they are not based solely on theoretical models but grounded in practical realities. 4. Human factors in safety protocols. The report mentions the importance of training for recovery teams and astronauts but does not delve into the human factors that influence safety protocols. Human factors encompass the psychological, social, and cognitive aspects that can affect performance during high-stress situations. Significance: understanding and integrating human factors into training and protocol development is essential. As seen in aviation and other high-risk industries, human error can significantly impact safety outcomes. By focusing on human factors such as decision-making under pressure, team dynamics, and fatigue management, SpaceX can enhance the effectiveness of their recovery protocols and minimize the risk of errors during critical operations. 5. Intercompany collaboration and standardization. The report highlights a consensus on the need for standardized recovery protocols as more private companies engage in space travel. However, it does not emphasize the potential for collaboration among companies for establishing these standards. Significance: collaboration between companies can lead to the development of industry-wide best practices, which is vital for ensuring consistent safety measures across the commercial space sector. Standardization can also facilitate more effective training programs and operational procedures, as different teams will be familiar with the same protocols. This collaborative approach can enhance the overall safety culture in the industry and build trust among stakeholders, including regulatory agencies and the public. 6. Long-term vision beyond 2024. The report focuses on the immediate implementation phases and budget for 2024 but does not discuss how these protocols fit into SpaceX's long-term vision for human spaceflight. Significance: the development of recovery protocols should not be viewed as a singular initiative but as part of a broader strategy for sustainable human presence in space. As SpaceX aims for longer missions, including those to Mars, comprehensive recovery protocols will be critical in ensuring astronaut safety over extended periods. The emphasis on short-term measures must be paralleled with a strategic vision that considers future challenges and the evolving landscape of space travel. 7. Regulatory and public trust implications. While the report touches on safety, it does not address the regulatory landscape and how these protocols may impact public perception and trust in commercial spaceflight. Significance: building and maintaining public trust is crucial for the success of commercial spaceflight. Enhanced recovery protocols can serve as a reassurance to the public and regulators that safety is a priority in the industry. This is particularly relevant as commercial missions become more frequent and visible. A transparent approach to safety protocol development and implementation can boost confidence in SpaceX and the broader commercial space sector, leading to increased support from stakeholders and potential customers. Conclusion: the implementation of SpaceX's recovery protocols in 2024 represents a significant advancement in astronaut safety within the commercial spaceflight industry. However, by focusing on the overlooked elements discussed above, flexibility in phased approaches, budget implications, data utilization, human factors, intercompany collaboration, long-term vision, and regulatory impacts, stakeholders can gain a more comprehensive understanding of the initiative's potential impact. As the commercial space sector continues to evolve, these considerations will be vital in shaping the future of safe and reliable space travel. 1. Phased approach. The four-phase structure of SpaceX's recovery protocols is crucial as it allows for a systematic enhancement of astronaut safety. Each phase likely builds on previous lessons learned, integrating new technologies and strategies that address specific safety challenges. This methodical progression not only ensures comprehensive coverage of safety protocols but also facilitates continuous improvement based on real-time feedback and data from ongoing missions. 2. Budget allocation. The allocation of $3 million specifically for the development and implementation of recovery protocols highlights SpaceX's commitment to astronaut safety. This funding will support essential areas such as training for recovery teams and the development of new equipment. Understanding how this budget is distributed across various initiatives can provide insights into prioritization within the recovery framework and the expected impact on safety outcomes. 3. Use cases and data. The insights derived from previous missions serve as a foundation for refining recovery procedures, although specific data points are restricted. The emphasis on learning from past incidents underscores the importance of a data-driven approach to safety. Analyzing how historical incidents have shaped the new protocols can offer valuable lessons and highlight areas of focus that may have been previously overlooked. 4. Common themes across sources. The overarching theme of safety in the commercial space sector reflects a broader industry trend where increasing participation demands standardized recovery protocols. The consensus among various sources reinforces the idea that as more companies enter the spaceflight arena, the need for uniform safety measures becomes paramount. Analyzing how different stakeholders perceive and prioritize astronaut safety can shed light on potential gaps and areas for collaboration within the industry. These points provide a framework for a deeper discussion on the implementation of SpaceX's recovery protocols and their implications for the future of astronaut safety in commercial spaceflight. 1. Apollo 13 1970. The Apollo 13 mission is one of the most famous cases of a space mission that required an extensive recovery protocol after a critical failure. An oxygen tank exploded 2 days into the mission, leaving the crew without sufficient power and life support systems. NASA had to implement a series of emergency protocols to ensure the safety of the astronauts. This included devising a plan to conserve power, manage life support systems, and navigate the spacecraft back to Earth. The successful recovery of Apollo 13 highlighted the importance of robust contingency planning and the ability to adapt to unexpected challenges in space travel. 2. Columbia Space Shuttle Disaster 2003. The tragic loss of the Space Shuttle Columbia during re-entry was a pivotal moment in NASA's history and prompted a comprehensive review of safety protocols. The investigation revealed systemic issues in safety culture and communication. In response, NASA implemented a series of recovery and safety measures that included improvements in crew training, enhanced safety protocols for shuttle missions, and the establishment of the Aerospace Safety Advisory Panel. This case exemplified the necessity for rigorous safety measures in human spaceflight and the importance of learning from past failures to enhance future missions. 3. Soyuz 11 1971. The Soyuz 11 mission ended in tragedy when the 3 cosmonauts died during re-entry due to cabin depressurization. This incident led to significant changes in recovery protocols and safety measures for future space missions. After the disaster, the Soviet space program implemented new safety measures, including the design of improved spacecraft that could withstand emergencies during re-entry. The lessons learned from Soyuz 11 have influenced safety standards not just in Russian space missions but also in international spaceflight practices, underscoring the necessity for continuous improvement in astronaut safety. These historical cases illustrate the critical importance of recovery protocols and safety measures in space missions. Paralleling the focus of SpaceX's 2024 recovery protocols aimed at enhancing astronaut safety. In 2024, SpaceX's implementation of recovery protocols is set to enhance astronauts' safety significantly. With a structured 4-phase plan backed by a $3 million budget, this initiative responds to the growing demands for safety in an expanding commercial spaceflight sector. Here's a detailed outlook on each phase and the anticipated future implications of these protocols. Phase 1: Training and Simulation mid-2024. The first phase focuses primarily on training recovery teams and astronauts, enhancing the preparedness of all personnel involved. Phase 2: Equipment Development late 2024. The second phase will concentrate on the development and procurement of new recovery equipment. Expected innovations include advanced medical kits designed for space conditions, improved transportation systems for injured astronauts, and specialized gear for recovery teams operating in varied environments. By leveraging lessons learned from previous missions, SpaceX is anticipated to create equipment that not only meets safety standards but also integrates seamlessly into existing operations. This could lead to a new industry standard for recovery equipment in commercial spaceflight. Phase 3: Implementation of Protocols 2025. With training and equipment in place, the third phase will involve the actual implementation of the new recovery protocols. This phase will emphasize real-world applications, with tests conducted during upcoming missions to ensure the protocols are practical and effective. The expectation is that these new protocols will reduce the time required for astronaut recovery significantly, thereby increasing overall mission safety. Continuous feedback loops will be established to refine the protocols based on operational experiences. Phase 4: Evaluation and Adaptation 2025 and beyond. The final phase is centered around evaluation and adaptation. After initial implementation, there will be a thorough review to assess the effectiveness of the recovery protocols. Data collected from missions will be analyzed to identify strengths and weaknesses. This phase is crucial for creating a sustainable safety culture in commercial spaceflight, as it will inform ongoing improvements. It is anticipated that successful adaptations could lead to enhanced regulatory standards across the industry. potentially influencing how other companies develop their own recovery protocols. Broader implications for the space industry. 1. Enhanced safety standards. The successful implementation of these protocols could set a benchmark for safety in commercial space travel. As more companies enter the market, having standardized recovery protocols will be vital for ensuring astronaut safety and gaining public trust. 2. Increased collaboration. SpaceX's initiative may foster greater collaboration among private space companies. Sharing insights and data from the implementation of these protocols could lead to widespread improvements in recovery operations across the industry. 3. Regulatory influence. As the commercial space sector evolves, regulatory bodies may look to SpaceX's recovery protocols as a model for establishing mandatory safety requirements. This could lead to more stringent regulations, ultimately benefiting astronaut safety. For the technological advancements, the focus on developing new technologies for recovery could spur innovations that have applications beyond space travel. For example, advancements in medical technology and rapid response systems could benefit emergency services on Earth. 5. Public perception and engagement. Effective communication regarding the safety enhancements made through these protocols will be essential in shaping public perception. Building a narrative around astronaut safety can help demystify space travel and engage a broader audience, potentially increasing interest and investment in commercial space endeavors. Conclusion. SpaceX's recovery protocols, structured in a four-phase approach with a dedicated budget, represent a significant advancement in astronaut safety for commercial spaceflight. By focusing on training, equipment implementation, and evaluation, SpaceX is not only addressing current safety challenges but also setting a precedent for the entire space industry. As these protocols unfold, they hold the potential to reshape safety standards, foster industry collaboration, and improve public confidence in space travel. The future of commercial spaceflight looks promising, driven by a commitment to safety and innovation.